everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and in today's video I'm going to talk about reasons why you're not making sales daily and what you can do to fix that. I think there are many examples and reasons why maybe your listings aren't selling. Like I do all these videos about how your listings aren't good, and I kind of go through my Poshmark feed and I point out different things. But this is going to be a general list of things that you can do to improve your listings and improve your closet. So hopefully this video is helpful for you and hopefully you'll learn something from it. Make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a future video that I do here on this channel. Okay, so the first reason why you are not making daily sales, and a quick easy thing that you can do to fix that, is to just list daily. List more pieces, get more listings in front of more people, because at the end of the day, people want more things to search from your closet. So if you're just like only sharing your old items, it's not really that beneficial. People don't have a reason to come back to your page. People don't have a reason to discover your page. And especially if you're, only sharing your old items, they're kind of stale. They're not getting put in front of those new eyes anymore. So it's really important to be listing daily. I've really made it a goal of mine to list as many as I can each day. And I have a whole big massive death pile next to me over here that actually is a bunch of things that I need to get listing. But I'm really trying to do 10 a day at a bare minimum. I used to do more than that, but the whole new excessive listing policy came out. I just made a video on that. And I'm really trying to go back a step and not get banned. So I took it down to 10, but I used to also relist every day. And I'm not going to mention that in this video because we all know that this new Poshmark policy is really bad and you will get banned for relisting. So I'm not going to talk about that, but I am talking about how it's important to list new items, and so I really recommend doing that daily. Do a consistent amount and do as many as you can. That will really help and go a long way. Okay, the next thing that you are not doing that is preventing you from making sales daily is you're not sharing your closet often enough. I see so many people that literally don't share their closet at all, and then I wonder, like, do you make sales? Like how are you getting sales? I'm just curious. But it's really important to be sharing as often as you can. My general rule of thumb is to share once an hour. Now I have about 600 active listings now. I actually sold a bunch when I moved last month. I have about 600 active listings and I share once an hour, and that's a general rule of thumb that I can do. I do use Poshmark VA to do my shares for me, so I just schedule it to kind of do once an hour, and so I don't have to think about it. But it's really important to be doing this. If you're not sharing your items, they're not getting put in front of more eyes and they're just not going to be discovered. There are so many listings on Poshmark, and if you're not putting yours in front of more people, they're just not going to get the attention and they're just not going to sell. And so this is a simple solution, especially if you have a VA. You can just schedule it to do it for you. But if you don't, you just need to do it because it's going to make a difference. And a lot of times when I see people that are not making sales, I go to their closet and they haven't shared in days. And so I'm like, well, that's your first problem. You have to share. Okay, the next big mistake that you're probably making, which is really preventing you from making more sales, and then another easy thing to fix, is if you're just not responding to customer questions or feedback or anything like that. So the amount of times I go to a page and I'm like really interested in an item, and then I go down and see a bunch of comments of someone like asking different questions, or a bunch of people have the same question, or and the buyer's just not responding. To me, that's a giant red flag, and I won't purchase from anyone that won't answer me, because then that also probably means that they're not going to ship either. And I've actually heard of cases like that where somebody wasn't answering questions and then somebody just like purchased because they're like, I'm gonna just take the chance, and then the person never shipped. And so really it's important to respond to customers, respond to questions, and you'll make more sales doing that. And it's just good customer service overall, but it's going to really help you make more sales because people are going to want to purchase from you if you're responsive. So don't get mad when people ask questions, because generally people have good questions, and even if they miss something that was in the listing, you can still just say, hey, it's in the listing, go take a look. If you have any more questions, let me know. Simple as that, and that goes a long way to really make you have more success on the platform. Okay, the next big mistake that you're making is you're not accepting or countering all offers. Now, this goes for those people out there that are declining offers, because that is a big no-no. You definitely don't want to do that. No matter how, great it makes you feel in the moment, always counter or accept, or if you really can't do either of those, just let the offer expire. That does not harm you in any way. people think it's like a, a statement that they're making if they decline offers, because they're like, well, that was rude of you to send me a lowball, so I'm gonna just decline. And honestly, it's not worth it, because it kind of prevents you from making more sales. And if you counter, maybe they'll counter back, or maybe they'll just accept. I've actually had people who have really, really lowballed me, and then I countered them, and then we either met in the middle, or they just accepted my counter, which was like way above what they offered. You just never know. Some people just want to take their chance, and if it doesn't work out for them, maybe they're willing to pay a price for it. So just don't decline. It's rude, it doesn't get you anywhere, and you're not really making a statement besides saying that you want your closet to get no sales. And it doesn't help you in any way, shape, and form. So counter, accept, or just let the offer expire. Okay, the next mistake that you could probably be making, that is another really easy thing to fix, is you're not running sales. So either run sales or different things like that, run promotions in your closet, because again, there are so many people on the platform and there are so many people doing the same exact thing that you need your closet to stand out. And if you're not kind of making your closet stand out, then people are not going to discover your page. I generally like to run a sale like once a month if I can, or whenever I can. I haven't done one this month because of what's been happening on Poshmark, and also it's early on in the month. But I do know of a lot of people who, run sales and have more success, and I generally have more sales when I run a sale. So like I did a fall sale, I did a winter sale, I did a birthday sale, and I also did like a spring sale, I think. And every time I run a sale, I send a notification out to my shoppers and let people know in their bundle that I'm running a sale, and that always gets more people to buy from my page. And it's really, really simple to do. All you have to do is make a flyer. Like, a lot of people don't know how to run the sale, so all you have to do is make a flyer in your closet. It's just like another listing, but you're not putting it for sale. And you just put a flyer up and you just say, running a sale, everything is 20% off, or everything is 50% off, or whatever the case is. And then you just send a message to my shoppers, and then everyone that has either, been a past bundler or past buyer will see that, and then maybe they'll be more enticed to shop from your page. It really does help you get sales. I've had plenty of sales from doing this, so just try it out if you haven't already, and you might realize that it makes a big difference and helps you get more sales. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is something that I never did for the longest time, and now I'm realizing how much I enjoy it and how much it makes me make more money. And this might be a controversial one, because I know a lot of people feel very strongly that they don't like these, but doing POS shows does help you generate more sales and more money. So I just highly recommend it. And I know, again, there are a lot of people out there that don't feel comfortable in front of a camera, don't want to do it, they don't like it, and that's fine. I get it, because that was me for the longest time. And then recently, within the last couple of months, I started going live more, and I had one of my best months doing that. And I don't know, I just kind of got over my fear very quickly. Now, don't get me wrong, I still don't love it. Like, it's still a little nerve-wracking, but I just find that it helps me make more sales. And I feel like it's a lot easier to get my pieces in front of more people when I do sales, or when I do the lives. So really, I just find it to be helpful, and just try it out if you haven't. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue. But really, if you try it out and you end up liking it, it could be your new better way of selling things. So you just never know. And I was always the one to say I don't like it, and I never tried it, and then I tried it, and then I ended up liking it. So you could just be like me. You could think that you don't like it. You could think that you're not comfortable in front of a camera, but we all gotta start somewhere. And the final one I want to talk about in this video is you just don't have good listings. And that could be many different things. That could be your photos aren't good. That could be your description isn't good. That could mean your title isn't good. That could mean your prices are way, way too high. That could mean you have, really not good items that people don't want. Or anything like that. There's so many different reasons why. Maybe your item is wrinkly and it just doesn't look professional. And maybe people just can't tell what the item is because it's blurry. Like, there are so many reasons why your listings couldn't be good, and I've made so many videos on reasons why your listings aren't selling specifically. So if you want to see one of those two videos, I will link those at the end of this video, because I think that could really help make a difference in your closet, and I think it could help you make more sales. They are really simple, easy things to change, and especially when you're listing new pieces, it's important to do these things and to make better listings, because that is going to make your items sell more, and we all want more sales at the end of the day. So try and focus on what's going to help you get more sales. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from it. Like I said, if you want to see one of those two videos on some reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to fix them, you could click either one of these two videos. But until next time, I will see you then.